Update 3. During an argument, my fiancée sneered, "You think you're my only option?" I said, "Nope." Then I did something she never saw coming. She stopped laughing when she found out. The messages came in rapid-fire succession. Netflix isn't working. WTF, is my phone off? Where is the TV? The wedding venue called. Mom's crying. You canceled our wedding without telling me. I swear to God, Alan, you better come back. I'm not paying for this apartment. I'm calling the police. Where is my ring? Answer me or I'm breaking your PS5. You forgot the charger. Each message was more unhinged than the last. I was laughing at each one, but before I could even respond, Cole snatched the phone out of my hands like it owed him money. He opened the camera, flipped it to selfie mode, and sent back a beautiful high-definition photo of himself giving the middle finger while holding a hot pocket. Then he typed underneath, "Tell your landlord your options will be paying this month. Wedding's off. Management." I was wheezing. This is why Cole's been my best friend for 15 years. About 10 minutes later, another text came through, this time actually from Andrew. "Bro, I don't even know how you dated her crazy ass for that long. My condolences." She's pacing around the kitchen like she's about to star in her own true crime documentary. Mom's having a full breakdown about telling the extended family. I texted back, "Respect you for surviving the same house all these years." She keeps asking where the ring is. I told her you probably returned it to Mordor. Andrew had a twisted sense of humor. I appreciated that about him. Dad's hiding in the garage. Mom's calling everyone in the family tree. Allison's in full victim mode. It's like watching a nature documentary about suburban dysfunction. That night, I took some practical precautions, changed the Wi-Fi password to Independent Woman 007, removed her from all shared accounts, and canceled her Amazon Prime access just in case she thought she could use the Fire Stick to stream her way back to financial dependence. Then, I kid you not, she posted this on Instagram. Caption, "Sometimes you have to lose a man to find yourself. I'm finally free. Not all fairy tales have happy endings, but mine is just beginning. Hashtag healing, hashtag single, hashtag leaf." The photo was her sitting on the couch I'd bought, wrapped in a blanket I'd paid for, holding a glass, crying while using a beauty filter. She turned our canceled wedding into a trailer for a Netflix documentary about suburban sadness. The comments were exactly what you'd expect. A bunch of her friends posting "You're better off without him and his loss," Queen without knowing any of the actual details. Classic social media echo chamber at its finest. But here's where it gets interesting. Enter Chloe. Now, Chloe was one of those girls who hovers around every couple like a vulture, never too close, never too far, always ready with supportive comments on my posts and "you deserve better" energy whenever Allison wasn't around. Classic pick-me behavior with a side of strategic positioning. Monday afternoon, I got a DM from her. "Hey, Alan. I don't want to cause drama, but I thought you deserved to know the truth. Allison's been awful to you for a long time. Some of us saw it. I'm just sorry it took this long. You dodged a bullet canceling that wedding." Then she dropped the atomic bomb, screenshots from their group chat. "Alan is so easy to manipulate. LOL. Wedding planning is just an excuse to buy stuff. He thinks he's my fiancé, but he's really just my ATM with a ring. I've got 3 guys lined up for after the honeymoon. He's so pathetic. Pays for everything and thinks I'm grateful. Lol. Can't wait to get his last name and half his stuff." But the real kicker, screenshots of Allison texting some dude named Kevin, full-on sexting, talking trash about me, making plans to visit him while I was out fixing her car battery in the driveway. She was literally cheating on me while planning our wedding, probably using our shared Google Calendar to schedule her affairs. Chloe followed up with, "I always knew you were a real one. If you ever want to talk or hang out sometime, I'm here." I waited exactly 3 minutes, then replied, "Appreciate the info. Honestly, you're the only one who seemed to have any common sense in that whole circus." She sent back a heart emoji. Then I sent one more message. "Too bad loyalty is only useful after the ship sinks. Tell the others I said, thanks for the entertainment. Peace." Blocked her immediately. Look, I'm not bitter. I'm just allergic to snakes trying to wear empathy as cologne. Cole saw the whole exchange and just shook his head. Damn, that girl's got the depth of a puddle in the desert. 3 weeks of blissful silence. I was working full days, hitting the gym with Cole, sleeping like a man who no longer had to worry about someone else's financial crisis. I'd picked up some overtime shifts. Life was good. Then I got the text, unknown number. "Alan, it's Allison. I'm pregnant. We need to talk about the wedding." I stared at the message for a full 10 seconds, then started laughing. I texted back, "Congratulations. Who's the father?" Her response was immediate, "Are you kidding me? It's yours, obviously. I'm 8 weeks along. We need to get married before I show." Now, I'm not a doctor, but I am excellent at basic math. And according to my calculations, we hadn't done anything intimate since January. It was now May. Either she was carrying the longest pregnancy in human history, or she thought I was stupid enough to fall for this. We'd barely been in the same room for the last month of our relationship, let alone the same bed. 8 weeks? We broke up over a month ago. We haven't had sex since January. Well, maybe I'm 6 weeks. Still no. Okay, fine. 4 weeks. The point is, we need to have a small ceremony. Just immediate family. I sat there watching this woman try to manipulate time itself through text messages. "Allison, physics doesn't bend because you're desperate." So, I called her. She picked up on the first ring, voice all soft and trembling like she was auditioning for a soap opera about teenage pregnancy. "Alan, I know we had our problems, but this changes everything. We created a life together. Don't you want to do the right thing? Allison, whose baby is it really? She snapped back into defensive mode faster than a mousetrap. I told you it's yours. I would never cheat. We're supposed to be married. Time to play my ace. Interesting. So Kevin doesn't exist. The silence was so long. Then who's Kevin? Not even a good lie, just pure panic disguised as confusion. Kevin, your side piece for the past year. The one you've been sexing while I planned our wedding. The one you were planning to visit while I was fixing your flat tire. I could hear her breathing getting shallow on the other end. More silence. I could practically hear her brain short-circuiting. I don't know what you're talking about. Screenshots don't lie, Allison. Your girl Chloe flipped on you faster than a politician in an election year. She showed me everything. That's when she completely lost it with Chloe. What do you mean? Component placement. That's Zarinya Allen. That snake is just jealous and bitter. She kept screaming about Chloe being a fake friend, a jealous snake, a liar, and several other things that probably aren't in the dictionary, full banshee mode. I had to hold the phone away from my ear. I hung up while she was mid-screech. 2 hours later, she called back, different approach this time, trembling voice, fake vulnerability, the whole performance. Okay, the baby is yours. I did the math wrong before. We can have a small wedding. I'll pay for half. You did the math wrong on your own pregnancy? I was emotional. Look, I know you canceled everything, but we can still make this work. Vegas, maybe something small. She was really committing to this performance. So now she was doubling down on the lie while admitting she'd been lying. The mental gymnastics were impressive. Let me get this straight. You cheated, got pregnant by another dude, and now you're trying to rush me into marriage because Kevin bailed. That's not, I didn't, you're confusing me. I'm not confusing you. You're just terrible at lying. I'm not lying. I love you. I want to marry you. And yes, Kevin ghosted me. Please, Alan. Cool. Then take a paternity test. I will. Great. Don't call me until you have the results. I hung up again. She never called back. Funny how that works. A couple weeks passed. I was settling into my new routine, work, gym, hanging with Cole, actually having money in my bank account at the end of the month. Life was good in that simple, drama-free way that makes you appreciate basic peace. I'd started picking up some side work on weekends, small crane jobs that paid cash. My savings account was looking healthier.